Hello everyone, myself Dr. Sriparna Saha, and in this lecture series we are talking about how to start coding with MATLAB. There is a similar type of coding platform available, that is Octave, which is a free license software. Same code can be written in Octave as well. There are already two codes have been discussed in this particular playlist. You can go and check it. And for today the code is how to write arithmetic operations using MATLAB. So let's start. So I am not going to discuss about what is the meaning of the line number 1 to 3, as it has been already explained to you many times during the previous videos. So let's start from line number 5. In the line number 5, we are just displaying the row vector string. Okay, so that is this dash 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 row vector dash 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 is basically a string that has been taken by the DISP function. Why that has been done? Just check, we are going to do arithmetic operations in different types of matrices, and the name MATLAB, that came from the word matrix laboratory. So that means MATLAB takes any variables in the forms of matrix, whether the variable size is 1 cross 1 or the variable size is 200 cross 200. Whatever be the size of that particular variable, it will be taken as a matrix format by the MATLAB. And there are two types of matrices possible. One is row type matrix, another is row vector, another is column vector. So row vector, what will be the dimension? That will be one row and n number of columns could be there, and for the column vector there could be n number of rows and one particular column. Now to write the row vector, two different ways it could be done using MATLAB. Just check line number 6 and line number 9. Here two variables has been created, that is variable x and variable z. Both has the size of one row, that is both are the row vectors, and the syntax of writing or assigning the values to the variables are different in line number 6 and line number 9. Here one for that x is equal to, here that has been done, that is the defining of the columns that has been done by giving space. But in line number 9 it has been defined that how the variables will be placed in different columns, that has been done by putting commas, that is giving space and giving comma, that both means that it will be the variables will go into the column. Now just come to line number 14. Here you are going to get the semicolon. So semicolon means that is 1 semicolon 2, that means 2 will goes to next row, that is it is basically defining the rows, how the variables, that is there are 3 variables, so that is 3 variables will go on to 3 particular rows, and here is only one column. So to define rows there are two types, that is giving space and giving comma, and for defining column vector there are semicolons. So what will be the size of x? Size will be 1 row and 3 columns. So this is a row vector. Similar type of for line number 9, it will be a 1 row and 3 columns. So this is row vector. Now let's come to line number 14. Here the variable y has been created. So it has been done by semicolon. So that means there will be 3 rows and 1 column. So it is a column vector. Now line number 7, line number 10 and line number 15. These are basically displaying of the variables that we have calculated, and just giving the names, that is which variable we are going to show next. So just we are not going to get misguided that which is a variable. So just the value of x, that is a particular string that has been given in line number 7, just that particular string will be displayed in the command window. Now to display the variables, that is dispx, that is the variable will be displayed in line number 8. Similar thing has been done in line number 11 and similar thing has been done in line number 16. So I hope you don't have any doubt up to line number 16. Now come to line number 18. So there is a percentage sign. So that means that particular line will not be executed by the MATLAB. So line number 19, here we have calculated what is the addition of the two vectors. Now check the size of vector x and vector z. Size of x is 1 row 3 columns. Size of z is 1 row 3 columns. So that is size mismatch is not there. So both the sizes are same. That is the addition of the two matrices of size 1 row 3 column will be, that is the resultant summation matrix, that size will be 1 row 3 columns. So that has been done. Now this is a element wise addition, right? But for element wise addition you do not need to give any dot operator. You don't need that. Automatically it will be element wise addition. Now we are displaying the value of a, that has been the summation of two vectors, that has been given in line number 22. Now in line number 25 we are going to add two matrices where the size mismatch is there. Why size mismatch? Size of x is 1 row 3 columns. Size of y is 3 rows 1 column. So there is a size mismatch. One is, that is we are going to add 1 cross 3 plus 3 cross 1, these two matrices. So that is the resultant of the B. Now let's check whether MATLAB can do this particular size mismatch, or what is the resultant of that. If it cannot be done, that will be checked. So this is all about the thing. So just now look at the workspace. So as I have already told you in the previous videos that in the workspace the variables has been shown based on their name, that is based on the names, that is not by which they are generated. Here the first variable that we have created, that is the x, so it should have been the first created in the workspace, but then according to the name a variable is the first one alphabetically. So a variable, so a variable size is addition of two matrices where the size are 1 cross 3. So resultant of A is 1 cross 3, and the max and min values have been given. Similar thing for the two variables, that is x, y and z. There is three variables and whatever the size. Now just check in the command window. Here you can see that is the variable x size is 1 row 3 columns. So that is a row vector. Similar thing for z variable, and the opposite scenario, that is for the column vector, the variable size is 3 rows 1 column, and a, that is the addition, that is between two vectors of, that is the two row vectors. So resultant is also a row vector of size 1 cross 3. Now that thing, that is in the line number 25 we have tried to add two matrices where one is row vector and another is column vector. So that could not be possible. So that error has been shown. That is even specifically mentioned in the MATLAB, that is error in code 3 at 25. So why code 3 that has been given? That is this particular code is named as code 3, right? And at 25, so 25 is the line number. So you can see MATLAB has been specifically shown you, that is there is a error of matrix dimensions must agree. If that particular errors comes, that is matrix dimensions must agree, so that means error mismatch is there. So has been given that where the error is, and if there is no error in addition, that is if there is no data or there is no size mismatch is there, matrix addition could easily be possible. So this is all about this particular code. Thank you everyone for investing your time, and happy studying.